them. Like, don't try to force things. You have to also kind of wait for divine timing, right? Because when you wait for divine timing and you feel locked into it, then it's like, boom, no brainer. This is a piece of cake. Hence the comments below, right? And the people's orders that I've placed, or they've messaged me and they said, I've placed my order. I'm good to go. I got my patches on the way. I'm ready to start with you, right? There's probably been, since last night, my own personal customers have probably placed, I don't know, between $1,500 and $2,000 worth of orders. And they'd already been upgraded to gold, so they couldn't even do that. So it was just more orders coming in, 300 here, 400 here, 600 here, orders they were placing just from last night. And I haven't even actually reached out to them individually. I don't have their name on a list yet. So what I would do is, and I'm here after I get Taylor off the bus in a little bit and get her settled, I'm going to take, and I'm going to make a picture. You guys are more than welcome to use it. I'm actually going to post on my personal timeline. I don't know if you saw today, but I commented under who wants to join me on a smoothie challenge from last year. There were 217 comments on that post from last year. Now here it pops up in my memories and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pop that baby up again. And they're going, me, right? So what that's gonna do is that's gonna continue to spin out all week, and then I'll keep dumping them into the Light Your Way to Wellness page. And I tagged them, one girl specifically, underneath the 2 smoothie recipe posts, right? So for some people, that's a big adjustment, just switching from a meal to a smoothie, right? And all of those are super slimming, detoxing, you know, strengthening, healthy smoothies. There are 15 different ones. And you can use any protein powder you want with it, right? As long as it's clean. But anyway, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take a picture of like my bottle of water, my journal, just the front cover of my journal, my tennis shoes, you know, and just kind of like have that staged, right? Just my stuff that represents my patches, the 21 Fun. And then I'm going to post, hey guys, you know me, I do all these crazy things. I've got something brand new. I don't know if you've heard of it or not. I made it up. It's called 21 Fun. Do you want to join me? Comment below with your favorite GIF or your emoji or me, whatever. And then it's going to go, and then I'm going to go back to every single one of those 217 people that had commented on that smoothie post recipe. I'm going to make sure I individually message every single one of them, make sure they're in the page, make sure I send them the 21 Fun graphic. So I'm telling you guys all of this because that's what happens when you can stay in alignment, right? You stay in alignment, these ideas come in, and it's like, what is the chance that today would be the day that I would have asked who wanted to be in a smoothie challenge? And then today's going to be the day to say, who wants to join me in 21 Fun, right? Instead of 75 hard, let's do 21 Fun. And there, you know, everybody knows Staci does crazy stuff all the time. So sure, we're going to jump and be a part of that. How many more people can be dripping on, right? And so this Saturday, we're going to do another Sipping Success Stories inside of that page, okay? So just kind of, I'm just rolling out, like basically just sharing with you guys, dumping ideas that are coming in that I've had in the last, 24, 48 hours, okay? And I know you heard Laura yesterday talk about the one meditation that I sent her. And so there's several different meditations that I do all the time, but I'm doing this one thing specifically. It's 5 minutes. And it's I bought this Silva Mind, Ultra Mind program. Jose Silva created back in the 50s. And so I bought that last week. And this one 5-minute little thing is just projecting on a TV screen, right? What's going on in your business or in your life or whatever right it is. Specifically in my Lifeway business, right? And so here's what I'm seeing. Here's the picture, right? Here's what I think may be the steps to roll that out for that next right level, and then give that up to God, and then watch all the ideas drop in, right? In 1 to 3 days. Did the same thing for Taylor. I have 3 appointments booked in the next 7 days for new things that new people that I've never even met before from doing that exact same thing for Taylor. Of course I did her first. Then I did me second, right? But I have 3 brand new appointments with 3 brand new people that I've never met before that are into all kinds of stuff that I'm very familiar with, but that I didn't even know existed until I did that last Thursday afternoon, right?
Love that.
So I'm sharing that with you guys because it's really important that we stay open, right? And if you want, you're like, I want those ideas, I want those divine drop-ins, I want those, little nuggets of inspiration and things like that. You just got to stay connected. You got to make sure what's filling your ears is something that's beneficial and positive and inspirational, maybe motivational if you need motivation, and then jump and act, right? And then when ideas come in, like say, for example, this idea, right? You're connected to me. So you're a part of what I'm doing already, right? You're in that page. You've invited people to that page. This is a huge way to say, hey, I don't know if you saw Staci and Laura went live yesterday. Look here, tag them in it. Send them the little graphic, the 21-day fun. Send them the 5 little gratitude journal sentences and say, hey, do you want to join me in this? It's 21-day fun, not 75-day hard. They may not even know what 75-day hard is. I've known about it for the last two and a half years. So I don't know, maybe people have, maybe they haven't. But just see if people want to join you. It's a great way to follow up. Do you need more patches, right? You've got to have the X39E on to be a part. And in the video, Laura talks, and we talk in depth about the X49 and the benefits of that, right? So, and then like I said, we're going to do our sipping success stories this Saturday. So we'll get some new people on there to share their success stories, and then we'll keep rolling, right? Just the little ideas, little things to plug into, little things to connect, little things to reach out to people. Keeps things exciting, fun, different. But again, it all comes back into alignment, right? Staying aligned, staying connected, and staying open, right? Listen to this. So I'm in the grocery store a minute ago, and I was at my chiropractor's, and actually, let me back up. I went down to, I had an appointment with a doctor that I used to work with him. It Works. She's a concierge doctor down in Venice, which is about an hour south of me. And a girl on my team, Annie, she's a director. She knew her. Well, anyways, she had one of her girls, Suzanne, reach out to me and say, hey, book an appointment to meet with Dr. Mall about the stem cell patches. So I go down there this morning. She's already into stem cell research. They're inducing heart attacks on monkeys. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Poor monkeys. And then they're working on healing them with stem cells. So anyway, umbilical cord stem cells. So I'm like, okay, well, that's great. I tell her my background. She just got into stem cell research. I'm like, I've been researching this stuff for 20 years. So I just give her my background too, since she already knows me, likes me, trusts me, right? Whatever. And so, boom, done. Yes. How do I get this? Diamond pack. Perfect. I need this in my office for my clients, blah, blah, blah. And so anyways, I come back up. I'm texting my chiropractor. I'm like, hey, are you in? I'm going to stop by real quick and get an adjustment. Let me text me right now at this very second. That's called being in the flow. So anyway, so we're chit-chatting, and so I mentioned to him I'm going to go to the grocery store and get some, some different foods to make some different recipes that I, didn't pick up last week from Publix. He goes, oh, I'm going to Jetwise. He goes, I'm thinking the one up in Palmetto. He goes, oh, you're going to run University? And I'm like, I forgot about that one. Yeah, I'll just run down there 10 minutes down the road. Why would I go 40 minutes up that way? I don't know. I forgot about that one. So I go to the grocery store. Point is, I'm literally down my second aisle in the produce, and I hear, Staci? And I look up, and it's Peter from Canada. Peter and Brenda from Canada. I met them 7 years ago when I moved down here. I placed an ad in a little newspaper magazine with a before and after picture of a stomach for a $25 body wrap. And he called me, and I'm thinking, it's a little weird. I mean, I have went to strange men's home before and wrapped their stomach. Okay, fine, whatever. No, my girlfriend Brenda's here. We both want wrapped. I'm like, all right, whatever. $50, I'm in. So anyways, I met him 7 years ago. They both signed up on the spot as distributors. They both started doing vendor shows with me, and they both started crushing it with It Works, right? You can only be, when you live in Canada, you can only be here for 6 months and then you're gone, right? And so they took it back up to Canada, and yeah, things were going, but then they kind of fizzled out. But anyways, we stayed in touch over the years. Well, he bought the patches from me right away last year. Well, Canadian prices, they're a little different than, and they're retired. And so he's like, these are not so. Anyway, so he's like, oh my God, I was just talking about you this morning to Brenda, saying, we have got to get a hold of Staci and Brent. We're in town. We need to see them. And I said, what are the chances? And he goes, you don't look any different than you did 7 years ago. And I said, that's funny. That's exactly what Dr. Mall said to me this morning. You don't look any different than you did 5 years ago when I met you. What's your skincare routine? And I'm like, I'm using these patches. I use this day and night cream. But it's so like, that is like, what are the chances? This, two old people from old It Works And then, grocery store, my chiropractor.
No
Just
chance.
all that, right?
Yeah, not a chance.
It's just staying in alignment. And it takes work. It does take work. It does. But then what happens is that ripple effect goes, ooh, yeah, here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it all is in this huge vortex, right, Abraham? It's in that vortex, right? Swirling in your vortex. So it's just being on that frequency, and then other people align to that as well too, right?
So that's why when we get aligned, that the people that are going to see this are going to come into our life, and it's not going to be so hard. It's going to be the ease and the flow when
they come in effortlessly, and they order effortlessly, and they're fun and easy to work with, and they're excited, and even if they don't love the patches, even if they don't continue using them, they're still like, I like those, and I did see some stuff from them, but it's just right now, it's not right the time for me or whatever. They're not disgruntled, they're not angry, they're not out of control, they're not crazy, and you didn't have to convince them to buy. They're just like, yeah, I'll take that. How do I get it? Here's my credit card. The lady last night, for some reason, was AVS rejected. I called this morning. I was like, put this lady's order in. It's her address. She only lives here for 30 years. And she had to do something with the zip code. It was a $400 order. But she's texting me this morning, did you get my order in? Did you get my order in? Did you get more? I'm like, yeah, I got your order in. You're good, girl. 9 a.m. I told you they opened. Right? And that's what you want. You want those customers bugging you, saying, did you order for me yet? Did you get this done? I can't wait to get those patches. I'm joining you. I'm doing whatever you're doing. I'm ordering this. Right? Another lady last night. That's it. I'm in. X39, X49, Eon. I'm staying committed this time. Okay. Right?
Yeah, this is perfect.
And we bless them in their journey. If they're not committed, or if they follow the bandwagon or this or that, it's okay. It is what it is, right? And you're here just to be there when they're ready to be committed again. But right now is a key time. There's two really super, super key times, in my opinion, in network marketing and in business. And one is in September. Okay, things shift around that time. Okay, that back to school, people are back thinking about the fall, right? And then another time is right now in March. This is a big shift for people. It's not New Year's resolutions. It never is New Year's resolutions.
No, the reality of the warmth.
There's a little kick up in February where people are more like, oh God, spring break's coming. But those people really have probably started preparing back in December. They were the ones that didn't cheat over the holidays for 6-8 weeks, because they knew they already had plans, tickets booked, hotels, had to be in a bikini or whatever. So the ones that are in March now, they're going, oh God, we planned this for the summer. We're going on this family vacation we haven't been on in forever. We got to get ourselves together, right? And so not that it's all about weight loss, but it is about being healthy and fit and looking good, right? And feeling good in your skin. Even if your skin's already thin, don't you want, like thin meaning fit, don't you want your skin to be supple, soft, firm, and tight and looking good, right? You want your skin to look good. You want it to look young. Yeah, that's what Dr. Moll, she goes, how much work have you had done on your face? And I'm like, really? No, I don't inject fillers and all this stuff, all blah craziness. I don't have the, how they start pulling and everything like that. You see those things where they thread the face?
Oh, God.
Oh, it looks horrible. Day and night cream with algae. And I've used the same makeup for the last 17 years, too. Arbonne. Pure, safe, and beneficial. That way nothing toxic gets in my pores. So anyways, you guys, today my whole point, the whole thing I want to talk to you about was the rollout of the 21-day fund and the ideas and what questions you have as far as spin-offs for yourself or your clients or your customers, or have you started using this as a reach out method yet or anything? Any questions you have around it?
So you're combining, obviously if people have never ordered, it's going to be an automatic silver pack. So you're doing X39 and X49 because we're doing the exercise every day. And then the Eon, 2 Eons, or?
Yeah, they can do 2 Eons, or if there's something specific, everybody gets the patch summary. Because I'm like, tell me what you need. They have lists of things they want.
Gotcha. So that's good. Get the X49 in there.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of people here recently. Can I get the AccuLife for my pet? Sure.
And is that safe? I'm thinking of a big horse. I'm talking to my sister who has a horse.
AccuLife's identical to IceWave. There's nothing different. It's just licensed for veterinary use for animals.
Really? Okay, oh good.
IceWave is licensed for people. You can't have something licensed for a pet
True.
that you can have a person, which is why we can go to the Tractor Supply place and buy ivermectin that's licensed for horses, but yet we can use it ourselves to, you know, get rid of parasites and cure cancer.
Mm-hmm.
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 Okay. Yeah, I took ivermectin for COVID and got over it. Well, I didn't really come down with it. It was great. But yeah, it's a great reason to reach out to people again.
It is. Absolutely. Yeah, to see if they saw it and then tag them in it. Send them, you can send to Messenger. You can send them through Messenger.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And say, hey, did you happen to see this? Here's the graphic. Join me in this. You still have patches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh my God, no, you didn't order yet? You haven't ordered the patches? Oh my God, I thought you did. Right?
I got the afternoon to spend doing that. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that I didn't realize that have joined. A lot of my friends, which is great. And I've got a whole list of my high school reunion friends. I'm going to send them all an invite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Send them all. Send them the link. Copy the link. Put it in their messenger. Or send it in their text and say, "Hey, join me. We're doing something really fun. It just kicked off yesterday. You can join in anytime this week. Watch this quick video."
Mm-hmm.
That's a way to reach out to people. Hey, you popped in my mind today. I'm starting something really fun, and I thought of you. You want to join me?
I can't imagine anyone saying no.
I know. No, I don't want to do anything fun. I want everything to be horrible. I want it to be just
well, even the 75 hard. I don't know what that is, but it just brings me this feeling of ugh. Whereas 21 fun, yeah, let's do it. It's very doable.
Gallon of water a day. It's no drinking for 75 days. It's a healthy, clean diet for 75 days. It's 10 pages from a book every single day. No audible. It is 2 workouts, 1 45-minute indoor, 1 45-minute outdoor, and then a progress picture every day. And I'm like, that's doable. The workouts, 2 45-minute workouts per day for every person. 1 has to be outdoors. Could be challenging, which is part of it, right? Most people don't read, so 10 pages out of a book, they don't do that. A personal development book, not like a not novel. But most people don't do that either. People we know do not drink a gallon of water a day. Yeah, so 75 hard is set up to be hard, and it's 75 days, right? Which is 2.5 months. So that's a longer commitment. But like I was talking about yesterday in the video, and this is from Dr. Caroline Leaf, 21 days starts your habit, right? I've done the 21-day brain detox, and she recommends it's perfect, but then piggyback off of it and do another 21 days and another 21 days, because 63 days ingrains something in you.
Mm-hmm.
So after that 2-month mark, it's ingrained in you. You may fall off the wagon, but you can very quickly, that muscle memory's there. 21 days, that muscle memory's not really there. 3 weeks is like, just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then we'll see what comes in after that. We'll have big parties, pictures, and everything in Tulum, and then we'll come back and be like, we need another 21-day fun. Not that we'll lose 21 days worth of progress in 3 days, right? Some people do, though. They do all the hard work, and then they go on vacation, and they fall off the bandwagon, and they never get back on.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah, the 21 days is very doable.
Mm-hmm.
Very doable.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
We're going to do it together, right? We're posting pictures, and we're posting recipes, and we're posting exercises, and all kinds of fun stuff we're doing. Our journals, I'll be posting pictures of my journal tonight. Dave, you were in my journal last night.
Well, that's special.
Yeah. I think you were number 2 I wrote about, right after Taylor.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's how I've always done my business. I always write about the people in my business, in my gratitude journal. Always.
I like that. That's very, very cool.
As if it's already done.
It's in alignment, right?
It's in alignment. Yes, it is, or you wouldn't be in there. Because I don't say, okay, who's on my list of people in my organization? I sit down with an open heart, open space, and let God drop in the information. I don't pick the people that come in, right? But when they come in, they come in. So that's what's super cool.
Thank you for sharing this, because I'm sitting here thinking, wow, it's going to feel so good to reach your level of alignment. Just hearing you describe it makes me like yearn for it almost. Do you know? Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, the soul wants that alignment. It wants that divine connection and that feeling. And when it gets it, it's like, oh my God, I want that. And when I'm out of it, it's like, oh man, I gotta do everything I can to get back into that feeling again, because that is just a sacred space that feels good, you know. And it's cool, especially to watch, you know, Brent all over these years, right? We've been together 25 plus years, and to see him, you know, he's probably more so in the last 5 years really guarded that. And he can tell, boy, if we're not in alignment, it's like, okay, let's get back in alignment. What do we need to do? Let's get back into alignment, because I can tell we're off. We need to get back on the same page. I'm like, I'm over here in this book. You want to join me? Get on this book. Get in this page, right? So it's cool to see, you know, because you know what it feels like, and you know what it feels like to be out of it. You can tell when you're in a funk. And I'm not always in alignment, right? I mean, you just can't be 24/7. You just got to be 24/6.8. You get like 0.2 of a day out of the entire week that you can be out of alignment, and then you're like, okay, I've got to guard this feeling, this space.
What a beautiful goal to set for yourself, you know, just to always be, we can just control all the people around us, but
and that's probably, you choose that. You choose who comes around you, right? I was telling Laura,
how's her back?
Before LifeWave, I had no goal as far as I got to do this in business. I got to make this money. My whole thing was being in alignment. I didn't know what the next step was going to be, but I trust God. I trust that process. Yes, I was still in It Works, making residual income. Yes, I had done the cookbook. Yes, I had, you know, my protein powder company. I was doing videos and smoothies and challenges and stuff, because I was led to do all of that, right? That was all brought to me. But I just knew there was something else out there, and I just kept staying in alignment. And I had been to Dr. Joe Dispenza. It was an advanced follow-up weekend, so it was like a 4-day down in Marco Island. And then I come back from that, and then there's the patches, right? It's like, oh, that was the last little cherry on the top that I needed for alignment. But the whole thing was, I wasn't searching for a company. I wasn't searching for a business. I was just staying open to whatever God had next planned for me. I never thought I would do network marketing again. That was not in my mind. Like, I'm going to go find another MLM. I'm going to go try to get to the top of a company. It was a no. I was done, right? The teeny bop.
That definitely wasn't in my head.
No, never. And so when this came in, everything completely and instantaneously aligned. Not only the patch, the product, right? That completely aligned immediately. But the company and the business completely aligned immediately. And so one of the things in the Silva Ultramind that he talks about in the first video, he said, a lot of times we have these goals, we have these targets we're trying to hit. The question is, are you the arrow for the target? The targets are all out there. The goals have already been met, right? They're already done. Everything's already done. Are you the arrow for the target? He was talking about Matthew McConaughey. I don't know if you've ever read his book, Green Lights. I read that a few years ago. It's so good. Funny, hilarious. If you haven't read it or listened to it on audio, I highly recommend audio, because he reads it himself. It was so good. Dave, you would love it. It was a great book. All about his life, all the lessons. Matthew McConaughey, Green Lights. But anyways, he's on one of the Mind Valley videos, and he was talking about him showing his list of his 10 things he wanted to accomplish in his life when he was, you know, he wrote it when he was young, and one of them was to win an Oscar. And he's like, that 20 years later, he gets the Oscar. Yes, the target's already there. Oscars are won every year. Matthew McConaughey was the arrow that year. And so he says your whole focus is not trying to hit a target, a goal, but to be in alignment. And when you're in alignment, you're not forcing something, then it happens effortlessly and it feels so good, right? It just feels so good to be in that space. Like when I hit presidential director, I had written my goal down for December 31st. And when Marcy's like, Staci, it's going to happen this week. And I'm like, what? My goal is 4 weeks away. And she's like, no, girl, it's coming in. I'm telling you it is. It was like, whew, all the volume dropped in. I'm like, whoa, hit a goal 4 weeks before I thought I was going to achieve it? Damn, that's impressive. Whew, alignment, right? Because usually you're pushing that date back some, which is fine, right? It happens. But that alignment brought that goal in a whole lot faster. And then, like I said, when you've got collective, right, you put people together, like-minded people working together, and it's in alignment, then you multiply your efforts more than you can imagine. Probably hundreds fold, that collective, right? So when I would get together with my team in Indiana every single week and every single day, we'd meet at Starbucks, those collective goals, the collective efforts working together, which is why we agreed to come together and do these Zooms, the collectiveness, if you can be a part of that and stay connected to that and then utilize the space outside of the time and then come back together and utilize that space, that energy, that effort is going to multiply your efforts. It's just when people come on and then they don't do, right? I remember when I went to Saging, which is a spiritual group, elders are all like 70, 80 years old, back 15 years ago when Taylor got out of the hospital. A friend from Arbonne introduced me to them because they had been working on Taylor while she was in the hospital when she was little. And she said, you've got to come every single Tuesday. They met from 9 to 11. You got to come every Tuesday no matter what. Someone will watch Taylor. You got to take care of you before you take care of anybody else. But you've got to be here. And then you're going to go home and you're going to do everything that you've learned during this 2 hours. You're going to apply that on a daily basis in your life. And you're going to come back again. I went for 5 years. We actually met every single Tuesday from 9 to 11. We had lunch from 11 to 1. We came back and we worked again from 1 to 3. And then we got together once on the week night typically. And then like 2 weekends out of the month, we'd have workshops. And then you got to do everything outside of here in your life, apply it that you're learning here. I did that for 5 solid years. And then all of a sudden the group just started breaking up. We started moving different places, doing different things because we had to spread that light, that energy out other places, right? And so I learned a ton from them. Everything spiritual under the sun, grocery store list of everything. But the application that I did outside of the group is what radically changed my life, right? You don't just get to meet with people one time and once a week or once a day and be like, poof, there it is, I'm good. You have to apply outside. And that's the key, is that outside application, right? So that's the thing with your notebook, right? Actually doing the follow-up, sending the messages, putting the stuff in the mailbox, right? Guarding your energy, keeping yourself up so that you are in that space. Those are all things that I can't do for you, right? That Laura can't do for you, Dave can't do for you, Leah can't do for you, Andrea can't, Dee can't, Kit can't, right? We can only collectively come together, and then we got to do outside on our own.
This has helped give those things more purpose, more of a sense of purpose. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. Is there anything else I can help you guys with? 21 day fun or otherwise?
Let's go
I did my
share.
workout.
You did your workout?
How's your back?
I crawled off the bike very gingerly, but it's much, much better.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally different from what it was yesterday. Dr. Staci did her little magic, and then I came home and slept for 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Yep. Brent and Trey too. They're like, out.
Is that your body healing? Is that?
Oh
Yeah, I mean, I can tell a difference when I woke up. I mean, I can feel it, but it's not like it was. Like before, yesterday, Tommy had to help me up off this chair, grab my hand and pull me up. I'm good though. I'm on it. Yep.
Okay, you guys. Well, if we don't have anything
Thank you
else,
for
we'll see you at 9 p.m. tonight. And then remember, tomorrow's 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have an 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And that seems to be working out well, getting about 25 plus people in there. So the more we can tell our teams, get on. Remember, it's business questions only. So, and then again, I'll be talking about 21 Day Fun because there'll be a bunch of other people as well too, but everybody brings their business questions tomorrow night. Sound good?
Wonderful.
All right, you guys. Have a fabulous afternoon.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.